These are Itty Bit's boots right here. And Dee Dee Bones' boots are under here. And these are Dee Dee's boots. She has a nice big paw, nice big boots. Gotta make sure her nails are out the way. So this is the stuff that I use, and I like these boots a lot because Itty Bit doesn't like these boots that much. But I like these boots a lot because look at that rubber. Oh, puppy, you stay with me. All right, look at that rubber sole. That's what I like about it. What I don't like about it, yeah, look at that rubber sole right there. That's what I like about these boots. What I don't like about these boots is that they lack insulation. There's no real insulation, so the cold will still be a factor. The cold will still be a factor here. So that's what I don't like about them. Let me get them on Itty Bit and see how she does. She's gonna hate this because I don't use them a lot. As I said in the main part of the video, hey guys, this is Martin Wright from Argos Dog Training, and I got Itty Bit with me right now anyway, and we're gonna be talking today about paw health and how to keep your dog's paws healthy in the wintertime. Here in New England, they put a lot of salt on the street and on the sidewalks to make sure that we don't slip and to get rid of the ice, but you know, that kind of wreaks havoc on our dog's paws. We gotta make sure that we keep our dogs safe, and we gotta make sure we keep them as comfortable as possible, and that's what this episode will be about. It's the 5 tips that I have for anyone who lives in the city, near the city, or anywhere where they use salt in the wintertime. Okay, the number 5 tip that I have for you is to moisturize your dog's paws before you go out. See, the thing is that salt, it dries out the paws, and moisturizing the paws is gonna help us to combat that. So once the dog's paws are really dried, the skin will crack on the dog's paws, and that will cause, you know, even more irritation and more pain from the salt. The products that I use to moisturize my dog's paws are not necessarily dog specific. I use regular lotion that I use on myself, on my dogs, on their paws. I never had a problem with it. Of course, you want to check with your vet and make sure that it is okay, but I've never had a problem with it. I also use Bag Balm. Bag Balm is what farmers use on cows a lot of times in order to keep their nipples ready, you know, so that way they don't crack or chafe as they're using, you know, whatever device they are to milk the cow. And then there's another one called Musher's Secret, which I use a lot. I guess that was developed by people who race huskies and sled pulling dogs and things like that in order to keep their paws nice. So any of those will work as a way to moisturize your dog's paws, so that way they don't develop as many cracks, as the salt will naturally dry them out. So moisturizing the paws is the number 5 tip I have for you in order to help your dog in the wintertime. The number 4 thing that you want to do when you're walking your dog out in the wintertime is identify those spaces where people use a lot of salt. Usually in Boston, you'll see a lot of salt down by the T, the MBTA. They use a ton of salt there. Churches, banks, schools, they use a ton of salt in those areas. And then try to avoid those areas. You know, even walking across the street is gonna be better a lot of times than walking directly on the salt. I'm gonna cross here. Oh, no, I'm not. Let's go, Dee Dee. When you're walking, I know on the corners in Boston, when the trucks stop at the light, they end up dropping a lot of salt right there in the corner. So I kind of avoid that as I'm walking down the street and walking around. Anytime I see it, I identify it and I move away. So identify the areas that have a lot of salt and try to avoid that to the best of your ability. My number 3 tip to keep your dogs nice is to teach them how to wear boots long before the walk. Itty Bit actually doesn't know how to wear boots, as you'll see in a minute, but she doesn't really know. She doesn't really need to because I avoid so well and I keep her paws moist for the most part. So, you know, having your dog wear boots, that will protect them and that will make them be a little bit more comfortable. You might need to teach them how to wear boots over a period of time till you see that they're comfortable with them. You want a good pair of boots. A lot of times I see things that look kind of like socks, but I think that the salt can get through those materials. So you want something with a rubber bottom, I believe. I think that's going to be a lot better than something with a cloth bottom. All right. You want something breathable. You want something that doesn't, squeeze your dog's foot in any way. Those are important. And you want something that's sized correctly for your dog, which itty bit, that's hard to do. I think the best boots I have for her might even be a little bit big, but we'll see what we got. Right. So she's already looking away like, what does Martin have in store for me today? Back paw. These are the smallest ones that I could get that are quality boots. I have to pull them on. These I think are going to be just too big for her, but I think she's still going to kick them off. Yeah, I think we're going to be walking with Dee Dee instead of Itty Bit, because I think, Frank, this is for you, not for recording. Because I think this is way too big for her. I think she's gonna kick these right off right away. She's not gonna like it. All right, little one, you ready? Thing fell off again. Before I could even get her on the floor. Look at her waving it around. It's coming off. There you go. I don't know if we could get any walking with her. I think we need to get Dee Dee out here. Stress yawn. All right, little one, here we go, here we go, here we go. Nice and as tight as I can make them. All right, Dee Dee, Itty. Is your back paw on? Yeah, this is good. Oh, 2 of them are off. But at least we got some high kicking going. Itty Bit. Itty Bit. Let me get these things off you, sweetie. Come here. Excellent. The number 2 tip that I have for you when you are walking your dog and trying to keep your dog comfortable as possible on the salt and in the winter time as you're walking is, what was the number 2 tip again? Oh yeah, that's right. Slather on a thick layer of Vaseline onto your dog's paws. Now, the idea here is that we're not using the Vaseline as moisturizer so much. We're using it to make a layer so that way the salt can stick to the bottom of the layer, and at the top of the layer by the paw, there is no salt there. Vaseline is really good for this. The thing that you want to do before you even walk outside with your dog is that you want to have a cleaning station for when you come right back inside. When you come back inside, you want to have a cloth there, a damp cloth that you could wipe off all the residue, so that way you don't get Vaseline all over the place. And also, because the Vaseline will pick up the salt, your dog will try to lick that Vaseline as soon as they get an opportunity. And the salts and the ice melt that we use are not food products, so they're very bad for our dogs. So we don't want them licking and ingesting a lot of that stuff. Sometimes you might see some places using what's called pet-friendly salt, and that salt is better. The dog, in my experience, what I've seen, I use it around my property as well. What I've seen in my experience is that the dogs are not picking up their paws or licking or looking like their paws are hurt a lot when they walk across this salt. So in that way, it's a lot better. It's still not things that you want your dog to lick, and they will still lick it off of their paws. Once they get inside, once they get warm, they'll try to clean all that stuff off. So you definitely still want to wipe your dog's paws down. Even if you don't use Vaseline on your dog's paws, you want to regularly wipe their paws down when they come in. So have something ready to clean it off as soon as you come back in. Moisturize your dog's paws, and that's the number 2 tip. A nice thick layer of Vaseline on the paws. Very helpful. I like that actually better than I like boots. And that's why Itty Bit doesn't wear a lot of boots, because I actually like the Vaseline more. All right, the number 1 tip that I could give you is if your dog steps on salt and you could tell your dog is not comfortable with it, they're picking up their paws. Some dogs will whine or will cry a little bit as they're feeling uncomfortable. They're looking at you like, this hurts. What you can do is look for some clean snow. dip the paw in the snow and brush it off, right? And then the next time you will see that your dog, as soon as you put the paw down, pretty much you'll see that the dog stops limping. As soon as they realize that it doesn't hurt anymore, they'll stop limping, of course, until the next time they step in salt. All right, so that's the top 5 things that I will recommend for you as you're going through the winter and as you're getting your dog used to walking outside in the snow and in the salt. If you have any questions about this, definitely hit us up on one of our social media accounts. They will be listed in the description below. Till the next time, enjoy your dog and enjoy your day. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of good stuff coming up. Oh, man, this is too bright for me. I can't deal with this. Oh, man, my eyes are killing me. I gotta get out of here. Didi, we gotta go. We can't stay here.